Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris, and today we have an extra special review of one of the exclusive LEGO house sets originating in Billund, Denmark. This is the Dagny Holm Master Builder set. Dagny Holm was one of the first LEGO model builders that worked for LEGO and built some of the large-scale models that are now very iconic to Legoland parks and LEGO resorts and whatnot. A lot of the large-scale sculptures, especially the giraffes that you still see at Legoland Discovery Centers today, were built by this designer. And so LEGO decided to put together a tribute set for her, which is the latest set released for the LEGO House line of exclusives, which you can only get in Billund, Denmark. And so here you can see the set right here. Let me just bring this up right now. We'll be taking a special look. It is featuring the Miniland style, which is a concept that she pioneered, which definitely makes a lot of sense because those were some of the most interesting, intricate LEGO builds at the time. And so without further ado, let's jump into this very special exclusive set featuring a whole set of specialized printed tiles. Let's go. Alright, so here we have the Dagny Holm Master Builder set. This is a really interesting design for a LEGO set, which pays homage to a famous LEGO designer. In fact, the very first master model builder. What I love about the instruction manual, which you can see here, is that it shows that, of course, this is an exclusive LEGO house set, which you can only get in Billund, Denmark. It is the third of these sets. And specifically, once you open it up, it has actually a lot of really good information about model building in the LEGO group itself. Essentially, all of this text here is telling the life story of Dagny Holm Jensen, who was Ole Kirk Christensen's niece, where, if you know LEGO, you know the name of Ole Kirk Christensen, the original founder of LEGO, where she actually was the very first LEGO model designer who helped design models for the Legoland Park and put together all sorts of different sculptures, some of which you can still see at Legoland and Legoland Discovery Centers today. One of her most iconic models was the classic LEGO train, which originally was made for the Tivoli amusement park in Copenhagen, which of course has since been relocated to Legoland Billund. But of course, her most famous model is the Giraffe, which you can still see at many Legoland Discovery Centers, the classic large brick-built giraffe. And you can also see the original LEGO train there. She helped plan out the original Legoland Billund Park, and all of these are exclusive prints which can be found in the set itself, which you can see the instruction manual literally walks you through all of the different exclusive prints. From her planning of the giraffe to her graduation certificate, this is a really well done piece of artwork in terms of actually how the life of one of the first LEGO model designers came together, which is a really nice touch. Of course, you can actually see that there is something that states that you can find her evidence and footprints in the LEGO house itself, whether it's seeing stuff in the museum of the original wooden toys or seeing her giraffes being built on display in the original LEGO house itself. There are all sorts of really nice references to this person's legacy, which makes this a very unique LEGO set. And of course, in the World Explorer, you can see a minifigure scale model of the LEGO train that she designed, which actually was also an official LEGO set. It actually was an exclusive LEGO Inside Tour gift several years ago, which thankfully you can actually purchase all the pieces for off of the current Pick-a-Brick system, which is exactly what I did. Now you can see we also have an interview from the LEGO House Master Builder himself, who currently is working on the LEGO Ninjago sets, but also is working on the Chinese New Year stuff, as well as the LEGO Movie 2, which is interesting seeing how different sorts of builders put things together. And of course, with that, you jump right into building the main set itself. Nothing too much else to see from the instructions other than the two other sets, which of course I will be reviewing on this channel as well, so stay tuned for that. But you can actually see the original limited edition LEGO house sets right here. And here, whoops, knocked the giraffe over. But here is the official LEGO Dagny Holm Master Builder set. One of the most interesting concepts to make a LEGO set out of, and one that is a really nice touch to call back to the legacy of a famous builder. Now this set is jam-packed with a lot of references to very early LEGO designs. Of course, the main feature is, as you can see here, being able to actually crank the table upwards. If you bend the bar here, like so, you can actually move the table up and down. So as you can see here, it's a very subtle movement, but it just raises the table ever so slightly for the builder. Unfortunately, the way that this piece is connected here, which is just the Technic ball joint attachment piece, is just kind of sitting on the bar there. There isn't really a strong connection. Not really sure how that got through an official LEGO set, although these probably don't go through the exact same kind of stringent guidelines as many official retail sets. Given their very limited release cycle, it's just kind of weird how such a flimsy technique ended up in an official official set. That being said, you can see all sorts of different details on the table itself, and of course she is built in the mini-land style of figures, which is one of the concepts that was pioneered by her for the original Legoland, which now is an icon around the world. I actually really appreciate how the character actually is mini-land scale, which you can see right here. It is a very, very simple build, honestly pretty fragile as well. Things can just pop apart, but as you can see, the two different limbs are just attached by a bar element right here, which just clip on like so. And you can even move the head around and so on, just attached by one stud. So again, not the most stable of builds, but this absolutely is meant to be much more of a display model rather than an actual physical play model, because again, it is just a display model to honor the life of a legendary master builder. What's really cool is, again, the set features a lot of exclusive printed tiles in addition to the text that actually says what the set is itself, which you can see right here. Let's pop that off. You can actually see it specifically says the name of the set as well as the Lego house tile underneath, which the Lego house tile was available for order anywhere in the world on the Bricks and Pieces service, which unfortunately now is defunct. But you can also see there are a number of different exclusive tiles, such as a giraffe tile here, which actually is representing the giraffe she is building, and a lot of other hidden away stuff that we looked at in the instruction manuals themselves. This build right here for the small blue elephant is another one of the classic Lego builds. You may have seen these in history books relating to Lego or like kind of older Lego pictures and designs. And of course we have the small scale wooden duck, which is an icon of Lego history and design right here. And I think that makes this kind of the perfect model for the 90th anniversary of Lego to release on this year, because again, it is really tying back to a very integral part of Lego history. You can see the Legoland flag up here, which is kind of the original colors that they used on the boxes, which are representing the very first Lego colors that they could make. And of course you have some of the classic model scale Lego buildings, which you can see many stuff like this in Miniland. So this is kind of a reference to the different Miniland sculptures, and even some of the very early attempts at making modular style of Lego buildings. One of my favorite aspects about the builds in the set is, as you can see here, a small toy soldier has been constructed, which is a reference to one of the early Lego wooden toys and even some of the brick-built stuff that they've made, but he actually is using the Minions hairpiece, which previously was exclusive to the Minions Rise of Gru sets, as the actual top of the hat, which is a really great parts usage, and I'm really glad that piece has kind of broken out of the licensed jail, so to speak, and be allowed to actually be used in different instances. Right on the back there, you can actually see her printed diploma just tucked away in the back corner of the shelf, which is a very nice touch, which we saw in the initial instructions. And of course, there are all sorts of other details and designs for this model itself, right down to a small little printed tile of the model train she designed and all sorts of other unique Easter eggs. This character right here is a reference to one of the very first Lego figures that graced the boxes of some of the first Lego sets. He was a brick-built character, or kind of a cartoonish-like character, with wearing this exact outfit with a red hat, the yellow skin, and of course the red outfit with white overalls on. A very classic Lego design, which is instantly recognizable in form here. Of course, you have the modeled train here as well, plus a potted plant and all sorts of different stuff. Now, removing these shelves themselves so you can actually see them in all their detail, one of my favorite things about these shelves here is that they feel very realistic in that every single one of them contains unique Lego elements, almost like it is actually the shelving area of a real Lego model builder, which you can see right here. Every single one contains specialized different colors of Lego pieces, all meticulously sorted, kind of like what you would see maybe in the house of an AFOL today, or at least an AFOL who is dedicated to sorting, like I wish I was. You can see every single drawer really was dedicated to putting in a different style of brick or couple of bricks inside every single one, which is a really cool aspect of the set that absolutely makes it one of my favorites. Obviously, not all of these details are going to be shown here. In fact, they're going to be closed most of the time. I just really appreciate the attention to detail, actually factoring in all of the different stuff that an actual real builder might have in their shelves at home. Now down here are more references. That is of course a small scale model of the original Legoland train. We've also got a dog or bunny like creature here, a car which is probably one of the original Lego Miniland cars, and even one of the classic house style builds. We have some of her original wooden toys on a special printed tile right there, which you can see like so, the original wooden hangers with toy like designs on them, and of course all sorts of fun Easter eggs and references packed into the set itself. Placing the shelf back on here, let's kind of get that situated. You can see that obviously not much to see on the back here, kind of just a basic brick wall, but this is really just intended to be a display model from the front. Now, I do question the inclusion of the feature to raise and lower the desk because, to be honest, it feels a little bit janky when you move it back and forth. It does kind of hit the character itself, but it is a nice feature to have overall. And that being said, this is just a really nice tribute set, again, to one of LEGO's most legendary model designers. And I think it's a really nice touch to actually include as an official LEGO model. It certainly is a very niche subject matter. I don't think I've even ever seen anyone else be reviewing this online whatsoever, but it is a very interesting LEGO build nonetheless, and it's really cool that the LEGO house is continuing to get exclusive LEGO models. I just hope that they continue to keep up this level of quality, and I love how they've standardized all of them on this style of base plate as well, so they really can look fantastic all next to each other. But with that, we have summed up this review, and that is the Dagny Holm Master Builder LEGO set. Alright, and with that, we have summed up our review of the Dagny Holm Master Model Builder LEGO set, exclusive to the LEGO house in Billund, Denmark. Now, do let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this model? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? And do you wish this was more publicly available? Thankfully, most of the pieces are fairly common, so you can order them en masse and just build this model yourself if you want. Unfortunately, the exclusive printed pieces, like the tile that actually says the name of the set, and the cornucopia of random printed pieces that represent blueprints and other prints throughout the set, are exclusive to this particular model and probably will stay that way. So if you do want to recreate it, those unfortunately will probably fetch a pretty steep price on Bricklink, but hopefully, you never know, LEGO may make it available on Pick-a-Brick like they did the previous exclusive pieces for the other LEGO house exclusive sets. And so I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you all so much for tuning into DuckBricks. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. And bye for now.